Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. I hope everyone's had a wonderful day, regardless of how much you did or did not celebrate and or exchange gifts, and regardless of whether you're watching this on Christmas 2016 or at some point in the future. In any case, in the off chance you need one more present, here's mine. A brief overview of the Long Dark's Resolute Outfitter update and Against All Odds Season 3, right now. Ever since the test branch launched the clothing system revamp that we recently got to experience in the spoilerific video that I did a few weeks back, and ever since Tireless Menace launched Interloper mode in the midst of Against All Odds Season 2, it feels like we've all been chomping at the bit to play the newest official patch for The Long Dark. If you're new to my channel, Against All Odds is a series in Hinterland Studios' The Long Dark. The Long Dark has been in early access for the past 2 years, and has been consistently heralded as one of the biggest success stories of the early access system, with some of the highest reviews you can find for a game that hasn't yet been released. As for what I think of the game, without reservation, this is one of the best and most visceral survival experiences ever made into video game form. In sandbox mode, you play as a generic male or female plane crash survivor in the frozen Canadian wilderness. A geomagnetic catastrophe has undone the world, and you are the only person remotely close to your surrounding geographical area. At least in the current version of the sandbox, you're the only person that's there. You won't encounter anyone else. There are no monsters, no zombies, nothing supernatural except for some unusually aggressive wolves. Just the hunger, the thirst, the exhaustion, an ill-tempered and frigid Mother Nature, and you. Against All Odds has been a flagship series for my channel, and from the beginning the series has been dedicated to surviving this harsh world at all costs. Interloper difficulty is the newest and highest setting the game's sandbox mode has to offer. This is the first time I'll be playing a full series at this level of challenge, and I'm eager to get going, but I did say I was going to go over the patch notes, so before we dive in, let's take a moment to go over the Resolute Outfitter update's many changes to the game. Here's a broad level list of features to what is definitively the largest patch of 2016 for The Long Dark. I'll say just a little bit about each one, and then we're going to go ahead and dive in with some gameplay. First of all, the new clothing system. I went over this in more detail in my December test branch video that was released, again, just like a week or two ago. But just to say a little bit about the updates here, there are now over 60 clothing items in the game. It's absolutely incredible, the variety of clothing items. And they've also changed the appearance of all the clothing items in the game. And on top of that, all of the clothing items in the game have been tuned up. Their stats have been slightly changed so that you can find a nice full range of different possibilities when it comes to the benefits and detriments of each clothing item. There's a layering system now, so you can now wear, and there's been a layering system before, but you can now wear up to 4 layers. You can have 2 types of shirts on in addition to 2 types of jacket. The same goes for pants. You can have on 2 layers of underwear, basically, and then 2 outer layers of more rugged clothing. Of course, wearing a bunch of clothing will slow you down and affect your stamina, but that's just part of the new clothing system. It's really much improved from what it was just in the last iteration of The Long Dark. And in order to facilitate all of this, there's a new clothing UI, a paper doll interface that actually shows you for the first time what your survivor looks like with all of the clothing items that you have on. So, on top of all that, all of the clothing items now have multiple stats to consider. There is warmth, there is windproofness, there is waterproofness, there's condition, which we're familiar with, but there's also mobility. Bulky clothing will make it harder to run for extended periods of time, and there's protection. So certain thick types of clothing will actually protect you more against wildlife attacks now. Again, the clothing has just been completely revamped in this new update. In addition to this, as you might have just noticed, clothes can now get wet, they can freeze, and you have to dry them by either going inside where temperatures are above freezing or by lighting a fire to thaw them out. So that's the clothing update, and again, I've gone into more detail on that in my December video where I talked about this, but as far as what they've added aside from clothing, they've added a whole new region called Forlorn Muskeg, which we're going to be visiting very soon. They've added Frostbite as an affliction to the game. They've revised the loot tables to make sure that items in the world spawn where you would expect them to spawn, and that everything is nicely distributed throughout the world in general. There have been some changes to the stamina system. You can now sprint for shorter periods of time, but the stamina bar in general recharges faster. And again, your stamina bar can be limited by what you're wearing as well. Of course, it wouldn't be a patch without a bunch of bug fixes, and one last little thing. they switched the harvest and repair buttons around. Haha, remember that one? I've been talking about that for a while. And with your help, we got on the forums, we talked a lot about it, they heard us, and they not only heard us, but they listened. And now that situation has been fixed as well. And I'm kind of proud of that, as should you guys be. So I'm not going to cover any of that in more detail because, frankly, number one, I'm ready to play this game. And number two, again, I went over all of this stuff, the vast majority of it, in the December update video. The only exception, of course, is the new region, which we'll be seeing in person very shortly. So if you're curious as to how these systems work in detail, feel free to check out my December test branch video or to continue to watch this series as I try to survive everything the highest difficulty will throw at me. Speaking of that, I should note that I will be going about this playthrough differently than I have in the past. Interloper is brutal. The world treats you like an intruder, hence the name, Interloper, and the game is pretty much trying to kill you. That's how it works when you play Interloper. So there's a very real possibility that I will die and not be able to control the fact that I'm going to die. And this threat is much more present than in Stalker mode. And it could happen very quickly depending on my luck. I don't have control over where I start in Interloper mode. So previous Against All Odds seasons have ended on my death or when I've hit 100 episodes, whichever came first. So basically, if I die anywhere in the first 20 episodes, I'm going to start over. If I die in episode 21 or later, then that'll be the end. Just needed to get that technical note out of the way. Let's do this. Let's see. No, not story. Story is still, unfortunately, not quite here yet. But there are some details that have just been released about that. I'll put a link in the description if you want to see the latest update on story mode. So let's go to Sandbox. New Sandbox. Oh my god. Interloper. Just to read this real quick if you've never seen it before, you are not part of Mother Nature's plan, and you will bear the full force of her wrath. The true test of human versus nature. Again, this is for expert players looking for the ultimate wilderness survival challenge. The game will try to kill you. And we're going to go with Jennifer Hale, because that's just a running thing with Against All Odds now, isn't it? Let's go ahead and confirm. Against All Odds, Season 3. Accept. Okay. The question is, what's our quote going to be? Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Seneca. That's an awesome quote to get us started. Okay, where are we here? Oh no, no. I think we're in Pleasant Valley. Alright. Yeah, that's where we are. I would be shocked at... Oh, wow. Feels like negative 20 degrees. All right, we need to get inside relatively quickly. And by relatively, I mean insanely. Hang on. I've got to get down first. Of course we start Season 3 in Pleasant Valley. Why did I expect anything different would happen? Let's sprint. Actually, it seems like we're sprinting for a good bit here. So... that's not the worst thing. Right, I'm going to swing left here. We're going to head towards the farmstead as rapidly as we can. And hopefully not encounter any wolves on the way. Negative 18 degrees. We are losing warmth very, very quickly. And it looks like a storm is coming in. Because we're in Pleasant Valley, where the weather is always perfect.
I say I hate being cold. Because I really do.
I feel you, girl. I am right there with you. One of the things I love about The Long Dark is its ability to make you feel psychologically cold. To actually make you feel as though, man, I really got to get inside. Like I feel, you don't, it's not that you feel physically cold, but it just gives you the mental feeling of wanting to be in a warm place, which really just speaks to the visceral nature of the game. I've got to move faster. We got to get to the farmstead. I'm going to explore a little bit more once I am not at risk for hypothermia, because it's very cold right now. I don't want to get frostbitten in my first episode. That would suck. Yes, frostbite, again, is a thing now. The way that frostbite works is that certain body parts get increasingly colder, and once they actually are at 100% frostbitten, and it happens more easily to your extremities, by the way. Once you're at 100% frostbite, then that part of your body is permanently damaged, and you can never, ever, ever be at 100% condition again. Which is insane. speaking of all this sprinting, another, well, not speaking of, I wasn't talking about it, but I'm doing all this sprinting. And speaking of that, another thing that they've changed is sprinting now doesn't wear you out, excuse me, quite as much. All right, there's the farmstead. Let's get over there. So it doesn't tire you out to the same extent that it used to. No animals really nearby, which is a blessing. I don't see anything large or small. At risk for frostbite. All right, not surprising. We need to get inside. Okay, we have arrived at the farmstead. Of course, we're in Pleasant Valley. This is proof that this game has a sense of humor. They'll deny it up and down, but it's true. All right, now we're on Interloper mode, so we're not likely to find a lot here, because that's the way Interloper is. So if you've never seen a playthrough of this before, just be aware, if you played The Long Dark and you're accustomed to being able to come into a house like this and find stuff in every single cabinet, maybe not every single cabinet, but, mostly every single cabinet, it's not that way. Oh good, there's a can opener at least. That is a welcome first find. All right, so we got a ginger ale. I don't think the game actually... Yeah, it's a Summit soda, but I always think of it as a ginger ale. Because of the green. So we got one of those. What about... Okay, nothing here. I've already explored every nook and cranny. There have been things behind the toaster sometimes, so I just want to double check there. Anywhere else that I haven't looked? No. Under the table? No. Alright, let's check the fridge. Can opener is a good opening find. That way, any cans of food that I do find, I don't lose any calories. As you would if you had to smash the can open, you would inevitably lose some of the nutritional value, because the nutritional value would spill all over the floor. Let's go ahead and get the water out of this toilet. Yummy. You know you're appetized. And let's check the medicine shelf. Nothing. Big surprise. Okay, here are some mittens, fleece mittens. Low condition, 38%. And a sewing kit. Hey! Alright, 100% sewing kit right off the bat. A worn down vest. 59% condition. Ragged fleece mittens, so we can break apart one of the mitten pairs we just found. Or can I wear 2 pairs of mittens on my hands? I don't think we can, but let's pick up that book. Alright, nothing on the table. Wait, did I just see something? No. Okay. Nothing over here. We've got a lot to look through. Oh, hey, there we go. There's a granola bar on the floor. This house always has just a ton of stuff, so you can't ever be too careful here. Let's go ahead and pick up the scrap metal. There's a book. There's another book. First aid kit. Cabinet. I'll put on that clothing in a bit. I'm above freezing right now. Well, I guess I'll put it on now. Also, let me check something real quick. Yeah, if you hit C, you can just pull up the clothing interface right away. Let's go ahead and put on the vest. Hey, there we go. And looks like some of our items are wet and or frozen. All right, so yes, there's only one possible slot for hands. So we've got our mittens on now. That's going to help our... It actually didn't help us out that much because the condition on those items is not very good. So I'm going to have to repair those. We've got a sewing kit, though, so we can get plenty of repairs done right off the bat. Right, nothing in there. Am I forgetting anything? No. All right, let's head upstairs. I'm always a little bit creeped out by the kids' toys up here. I don't know why. They shouldn't be creepy. They should induce sadness, if anything, but... I always imagine that I'm going to hear some child's giggle in the middle of the night. Hey, new dress shirt. Should have spent more time looking at that. Hang on. Let's do that again. New dress shirt. 99% condition. Not bad at all. All right, so again, let me work with some hotkeys here. I think B... No, hang on. Let me just check what the hotkeys are, because there's some new key bindings. C is the clothing. I, for inventory, is the backpack. What about... I'd rather have it be set to B, I think. There, let's confirm that. Okay. So let's go ahead and wear this. Here's a plaid shirt. Let's take this off. Or wait, no. Let's put the new dress shirt on and the plaid shirt over it. Well, hang on. Let's see. The dress shirt has better windproofing. However, the plaid shirt has better waterproofing. So I just feel like... I don't know. I feel like we still get the windproofing of the new dress shirt because we're wearing it, but having this on the outside, I don't know if that makes a difference, but it seems like having the plaid shirt over the new dress shirt would be the sensible thing to do. That's what I would do if I was actually putting these clothing items on, so yeah. That's my explanation, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, what else? Nothing in here. There is, however, a toilet. This is a lot of water to be picking up early, but that's one of the advantages of finding the farmstead early on. So you can at least get a lot of water in your inventory. We already checked that drawer, right? Yes, we did. Oh, plastic container. Nothing in it. I remember playing the Interloper series with you guys and being so much more shocked at the extent to which you just can't find things in this difficulty mode. You get used to it after a while, but it is, if you're an experienced Long Dark player and you've been playing the game, especially for most of early access as I have, it will surprise the hell out of you how little you can find in areas that are normally just full of supplies. There's a plastic container up there. I never realized there was a vaulted ceiling up here. Check this out. If you look up, sorry, just it's the little things. This game is amazing. Alright, we have not been in here yet. We still need to go in the basement as well. Pleasant Valley, as far as a starting place, I should be fair to Pleasant Valley. Yes, I'm actually going to say something nice about Pleasant Valley here. The weather's terrible, so it's never a place that you want to hang out for long, and that's why I always do what my subscribers like to call the Pleasant Valley rant. But at the same time, it's a nice place to start if you can survive the weather, because you're generally, especially on high difficulty levels, you're generally more likely to find things that will make it easier to survive. Now, we have already been in here. Yes, we have. Okay. Sorry, this is me just making sure that I explore every last nook and cranny. So if I seem a little paranoid, if I seem like I'm going places twice, just bear with me. If you have played The Long Dark before, let alone on Interloper mode, you probably sympathize. Alright, let's go ahead and head back downstairs. We'll head out on the porch and see if we can spot anything in there. We are now, our temperature is now 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is nice. It looks like we do have a storm outside, which is lovely. It's just what I wanted. Merry Christmas to me. Okay, there's nothing actually on the porch. Okay. Just looking around for any wildlife. Alright, it's 36 degrees in here, so it's a little colder down here. I don't have any light sources right now, so I hope I find some in here because I at least need some matches. There's some matches. Very good. I'm going to try to scavenge in here, though. Alright, that's locked. This is not. Alright, so unless we find a pry bar, we're going to have to come back here at some point to see if there's anything in that locker. And knowing Interloper difficulty, there won't be anything in the locker. Because that's just luck. Let's check the dryer. Alright, some worn wool socks. We still need to repair our clothing as well, but before I settle on that, I want to go ahead and make sure that I've gone through everywhere that I can. Actually, let me... No, I need to get in the habit of just hitting C to pull up my interface. Okay, so new sports socks and worn wool socks. We're wearing both. That's awesome. Again, layering. It's just completely changed the game. And also that'll help with frostbite. Speaking of that, we're no longer at risk for frostbite. We should have looked at that while we had the chance, just to see what it looks like. Got some coffee. That's nice. Alright, I'm going to try to just feel around here. This is what feeling around looks like in the Long Dark. You kind of point the cursor and see if anything highlights. Alright, I'm going to have to use a match. Because I don't want to miss anything. Here's the first aid kit. Antiseptic. All right, we've got some antibiotics and antiseptic to get started, which is not the worst thing from a starting point. And there's a hacksaw. Okay. So we can break down metal items. This isn't, for interloper difficulty and quality tools, for interloper difficulty, this is not the worst. It's really not. Okay, empty washer, empty dryer. Now I can use the hacksaw to break down anything metal. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but it's good to know that I have that. Okay. Nothing here. Alright, well let's take a second while we're in here. Actually, no. Let's go back up to the house because we can get some cloth. And we can use the cloth to repair our clothing items. We also have extra clothing items that we can break down. Good God! Close the door. Feels like 30 degrees Fahrenheit in here. Okay, so is it red because it's below freezing? Is that how it works now? It's just a really clear indicator. I like that, actually. I especially like that for my viewers who are more accustomed to Celsius and who maybe aren't as familiar with Fahrenheit, because I know that Celsius is much easier to read. If it's below 0, it's below freezing, and Fahrenheit is the wonky one, but it'll help you just judge, oh, okay, well, that's a below freezing temperature, even if it's above 0 in Fahrenheit. So, okay, let me take another second here just to look around and make sure I haven't left anything that I could possibly be picking up instead of leaving behind. Okay. Now we're in here with a bunch of curtains. I feel like I kind of want to rip down curtains in the office first. I don't know why. But let's go ahead and let's take 15 minutes. How's our inventory as far as food goes? We've got the granola bar and we've got Summit soda. That's it. And we've got a lot of water. So let me go ahead and drink that. So we at least free up some weight that way and take care of one of our status problems. Now we've got a lot of spare clothing. Again, I need to get used to just hitting C. There we go. Sorry, you're gonna... I'm gonna do that a lot until I'm used to hitting that particular hotkey. All right, so for these fleece mittens, let's go ahead and... See this? It makes me so happy. Let's harvest them. The harvest button used to be the default, and it made it easy, especially if you're a newer player. I was always so sympathetic to anyone who would complain about accidentally harvesting some of their best items. Now repair is the default, which makes a lot more sense, because you want the more innocuous and preferably helpful option to be your top option. Okay, so these are now 100% condition, and they look it. They're beautiful. I can't rotate them here. I hope they add that. It would be nice to actually be able to rotate the view here. So that's that. These jeans are actually not in terrible condition, but we need to repair some of our other stuff as well. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to switch anymore. I can just repair stuff. It's amazing. All right, let's do that one more time. If I double-click, it doesn't do anything. Yeah. Clicking takes me right to it, so... Sorry, I mean, anytime they update the interface this much, it makes me want to think in terms of what else I can do. Right, let's go ahead and repair this vest. Yeah, it makes me think of what else I can do interface-wise. Oh, no! Okay, so we need to rip down another curtain. This is just giving us 3 cloth, so it's not a ton. But it's something, at least. Again, learning my shortcuts. Repair. I've been in the habit in the past of just using the radio menu, and the radio menu in the Long Dark is awesome. But if I can do even better than that, then I will. Alright, now let's go ahead and repair these. This is taking 1 cloth each time I do this. Oh, we failed. That still takes up cloth when you fail. It sucks. Ah, oh, man. Alright, we've got to find more. We're running out of daylight, too, actually. Son of a monkey. Let's see if there's a curtain over here. Yes, there is. Alright, hopefully we will have enough daylight to make one more attempt at repairing. I want to get this done before I have to get up in the morning and go places. Actually, yeah, it looks like I can just open stuff up here. Oh, cool. Okay, this wasn't possible in the test branch. I'm glad they added this back. So now you can just pull up your clothing in your inventory and repair stuff this way. That's handy. All right, so let's repair that. We are getting hungry. You can't repair while in the dark. Of course not. All right, so it got dark while we were working on those. Should have known that would happen. Now let's go upstairs. We do not have a lot of food. Thankfully, hunger is one of the things that kills you slowest. So it could be worse. Our situation could be a lot worse right now. I will go ahead and eat this stale granola bar to where our calories are a little bit higher before we go to sleep. And of course, I'm going to drink some of this water, not only because we need it, but also because drinking it will reduce our burden a good bit, as you saw there. All right, it's time to go to sleep. Let's go ahead and sleep for 7 hours. We aren't really that tired, so chances are we're going to wake up in the middle of the night. There it is. Right there. You woke up fully rested. Not my favorite thing right now. Even though the game has just been newly updated and there's a bunch of new features, I'm still going to say this. The circadian rhythm should be a little bit more authentically simulated in that if it's dark and you're asleep, your body would naturally, especially in stressful situations like this, I just feel like it's more natural to stay asleep until sunrise. It just makes sense. So the storm at least has stopped. So we got 5 hours darkness left. Let's pass the time. Pass the time for 3 hours. See, we're getting ravenous. Really hungry. All right, and now we're going to rest for 2 hours.
Oh, I need to find food.
So we're probably going to wake up a little bit lower than 100% in terms of our condition. We woke up fully rested. But, oh no, there's another storm. See? Pleasant Valley. This is the game's sense of humor. All right, let's go ahead and drink this soda. And then we're going to drink this water as well. So we went to bed with a storm, and we woke up to a storm. Man. And we're hungry. We need food, so we can't stick around. I mean, we're going to have to. We're going to have to starve ourselves for a bit here, because we can't go anywhere until this storm is let up. But we have daylight now. Let's use it. All right, so we can't repair our shoes just yet, which sucks, but at least we can repair our socks. I almost switched to harvest because I'm so used to clicking the second option.
Man.
But for newer players, it just makes so much more sense. All right, seems like the storm might be going away. All right, let's repair the vest. Please let me do it. Awesome. So let's take a quick look at how much that affected my skill, because I just did a good amount of... Wait, is J the journal key? Yes, it is. J is the journal key. I just did a good amount of repairing. So what are my skills? Meh. All right, so about 25% of the first mending level. We just made it through. All right, let me take one more look at my clothing items. I guess I can repair these. Get a little bit more out of them. Okay, so now we are wearing, just to review, we've got some thermal underwear, we've got jeans, socks, two layers of socks, including wool socks, which is nice, running shoes that need to be repaired, new fleece mittens, we don't have any headgear, which is not good, and then we have 3 items on our torso. So, and we're very hungry. Like, I need to get out of here and head down the road to where I might find some more food items. I'm in scavenger mode right now, but I need, as soon as possible, to get some items. I need to get to Desolation Point so I can actually forge some items. Because there's no... I won't find any of the standard tools in Interloper mode. I won't find hatchets. I won't find knives. I won't find the gun. You have to make everything. So I need to get to Desolation Point. But when the weather is this crappy, you kind of can't go anywhere. So what I'm going to have to do is wait until the weather gets a little better and then make my way out of Pleasant Valley and cross my fingers that I survive. I'm just triple checking to make sure. I didn't realize that was a slanted ceiling there. Neat. I've been in this house countless times. I've never noticed that. Alright, well, we're pretty tired again. So what I'm going to do is... Well, we're not tired at all, but we're tired enough is what I was trying to say. to where we can come up here and rest. So let's sleep for an hour and see if maybe this storm goes away. The sooner the better, because we are losing condition due to hunger. Okay, let's pass the time for an hour. Now we're losing condition due to hunger. Anyway.
So hungry.
Yep, I know. Right now there's nothing I can do about it because we're in Pleasant Valley. Sleep for an hour. I just need those question marks to go away. I don't mind going out even in a crazy storm. I don't mind it. I'll do it. Oh man, this is not good. It's not good at all. The storm's going all day. All right, now we're dehydrated. Crap.
Need water.
And we don't have all the water in the world either. Yeah, we're down to a third of a gallon of water, 0.33. So not the best situation to be starting off in here. But that's interloper difficulty for you, and we're just going to do our best. Sleep. Oh my god, this storm. All right, I might actually have to go in a Pleasant Valley rant for obvious reasons. Okay, there it is. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. All right, it's still going to be kind of stormy, but the weather will be a little better. It will be hopefully... It won't be so cold that we'll be in danger of frostbite just by walking around for a minute. Plus, it won't be as dangerous for our clothing. Oh yeah, it's much better now. All right, let's get moving. I'm going to pay a visit to the car real quick. Dangerous wildlife is a little bit less common in interloper mode. Because again, it's not as necessary to threaten a player with that if the environment alone is enough to kill you. Alright, that requires a pry bar. We don't have that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go up to Signal Hill and see if we can find anything up there. Because while we're so close, I might as well. The only problem is if I don't find any food up there, then I will genuinely be in trouble. But again, they redid the loot tables. And what that means is that certain items are more likely to be found in certain types of places. And Signal Hill is just the kind of place where you're more likely to find rare items. Items that are helpful. So that's my thinking right now. Thankfully, it feels like 9 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're plenty cold, but the storm has definitely gone away. I think that my current pace... The only other issue is if I go up to Signal Hill right now, I don't have any place that I could sleep. That's the other problem. If I get caught... No, well, crap. Now it's -1 degrees. -2. Okay, seems like another storm might be coming in now. Signal Hill has just been abandoned as a plan. I've got to make it down the road to the farmstead. I might even try and skip the farmstead. I might try and make it all the way down the road to the other houses. Because, good God. All right, beef jerky. Thank God. We got some food. All right. Back here. Piece of cloth. Very nice. Trunk. Locked. Eat. For the love of God, eat. Yep, -3. Yeah, I've got to get inside. I can definitely tell that running is not wearing me out as much, which is nice. I appreciate that a lot.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
I really wish that I could have gone up to Signal Hill. I really do.
Damn.
I hear a deer. Right there. But I've got to get to the farmstead. Can't sprint anymore right now, but the meter is filling up, I can tell, a little bit faster than usual. We're almost at 90% condition. This is going to be rough. Starting in Pleasant Valley, I mean, it definitely could have been worse. The game could have started me in the Forlorn Muskeg, you know, which is the new region. I could have had absolutely no idea where I was or where I was going or anything like that. But at the same time, Pleasant Valley is a pretty rough starting location. It's a pretty challenging place. Even though you can find a lot of stuff on Interloper difficulty mode. This is, see, we're already hungry again. Not hungry to the point of losing condition, but hungry to the point of the meter popping up on the screen. Alright, anything in the glove box? Did I check the glove box in the last car that I was in? Suddenly I'm feeling like I didn't. And if I didn't, I'm going to be mad. Check the trunk. Nothing. Alright, let's go. Run, run, run. Please tell me there's going to be food here. If not, I'm going to have to turn right back around when I'm not that warm. And I'm going to have to head for the houses that are further down that direction. We need to head that direction anyway, so it's not like it's the end of the world if I have to do that. Is that a wolf? There's 2 wolves. Okay. Need to be mindful of the wolf population. Wolves in Interloper mode are basically like bears. They will just attack you and hurt you to within inches of life. Okay. See, we're not even warm in here. It's not warm enough in here. So I'm still going to lose condition despite coming into a place where I can... Like, there's a whetstone. Despite coming into a place where we're indoors, it's just not warm enough in here. I could start a fire, and then it would be warm. But, again, there's not a place to sleep in here. Or is there? Could I... Wait a minute. Yes, I can sleep in the car. At least. There's that. Feels like 36 degrees in here. Alright, so let's keep looking around. See if we can find food. Alright, I don't see anything in here. I'm gonna do that thing where I waste a match just to be able to see stuff. Alright, nothing there. Hey, dead guy. Do you by chance have a snack on you? Because that would be really nice.
Too cold.
Alright, there was nothing over there. Alright, let's go upstairs. This is the only other place there could potentially be anything stashed. And it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Alright, I'm losing condition pretty rapidly, but I really don't have a choice with what I'm about to do. I might get hypothermic doing this, but I have to keep moving. I'm going to play this episode for just a few more minutes. And we're going to go straight this way. I'm not going to go out to the road. I'm going to head towards the houses. Okay, I might find some cattails out here if I'm lucky, so let me stay on the ice for a second. Cattails? Cattails? Yes, cattails! Oh, thank God. This will at least let us put something in our stomach. And of course we get free tinder every time we do this as well. Crap! I've attracted the attention of the wildlife. I just wanted the cattail, man. Son of a gun. Alright, well. Now I'm going to have to... It actually doesn't seem like it's chasing. Yes, it is. At risk for frostbite. Of course we are. Alright, that wolf is right on our tail. I'm going to just try to keep walking. Keep it at a safe distance. As long as you can keep moving and not let anything get in your way, it's actually possible to get away from these animals. Oh man. Talk about an intense first go at this. And we're at risk for frostbite too, so I can't just dilly-dally out here, but I don't have a choice. Okay, we're actually pretty close. We're actually pretty close to potential shelter. Unfortunately, the wind is now blowing in my face, which could actually help the wolf catch up with me. I don't know if the wolf is beholden to the wind speeds and the wind direction the same way I am. If so, I could be in trouble. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know there's a running joke with this. The wind loves to blow in my face right when I specifically don't need it to blow that direction. And this is a great example of that. Right, that wolf is really trying to get close to me, but I am actually at a point where I could duck inside. Oh my god. Go! Go, 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 go! Holy crap! Alright, well, let's go ahead and eat that. And on that note, I will go ahead and cut this first episode of Against All Odds Season 3 right here. In the next one, we're going to try and make sure that that wolf is not still outside when we leave, but we're also at a spot where we can find additional food right now. So hopefully we will, and we can do away with these condition indicators that are eating away at our overall condition right now. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to follow along. New episodes in kind of a survival, science fiction, or simulation vibe air every single day at 6 Eastern time on my channel. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.